There's no way that it's Malefic time. Now make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So this morning a Twitter post popped up on my feed from Konami themselves saying, hey, we're broadcasting the Bonds Beyond Time movie for everybody on YouTube. And I had to do the greatest look around in the room and go, not again. So basically, last week, Konami ended up making an announcement that said, hey, we're doing assault mode stuff. But before that assault mode announcement came down, they said, hey, you guys remember this lost episode of 5Ds? It wasn't really a lost episode. It was paired with a dual disc, and you had to buy the dual disc in order to see the episode. Not even a little bit off of that announcement, out comes assault mode support. So now we're left in this really interesting talk here that they're doing the exact same stuff that they just did again. And once again, I talk about patterns here. Why did we air this assault mode episode? Oh, we wanted to make new cards for it. Why are we suddenly showing the Bonds Beyond Time movie? Cha-ching, Malefic support. Now, this is just a hunch, assuming that we're following the exact same pattern as last week here. I would not be surprised to see something coming down Malefic related. Now, that being said, everybody, I mean, there's really no V-Jump articles left for, a drop for this. So I couldn't imagine that this wouldn't be more than a card or two that Konami would be wanting to produce Malefics. But Malefics definitely need more than one card, considering this deck is kind of like Toons, where you can just keep printing infinitely good cards for the archetype. But if you're somebody out here that is hoping for Malefics, this might be the best news that I've heard in a while. Now we go back to the Crow paradox here. So we go all the way back to you guys remembering that we're getting a legendary 5Ds deck here in just a couple of weeks. And within that product is Blackwing support. Now, Konami did not specifically say on the selling points of this deck that we would be getting more Blackwing support. But everybody's kind of anticipating right now, considering the fact that Akiza just got a new Black Rose, Yusei just got a brand new, the new Junk Warrior stuff. We're supposedly getting a Jack Atlas set here with Blazing Dominion, or Blazing Domain for the name, which just literally leaves Crow, Power Tool, and Ancient Fairy Dragon. Come on, guys. I'm not saying that I'm expecting Blackwing support, but to sit here and kind of look around and act ignorantly and be like, well, no, they just did Black Rose like a set ago, man. I cannot imagine they would not give something to Blackwings at this stage. I don't know what it's going to be, and I mean, there's not a lot of cool older things you can pick up because they're about to Oblivion reprint all of this. I guess on the bare minimum, this should get you excited for the Legendary 5Ds deck if we are seeing some sort of Crow support. Now, Crow might not be in this set. Crow might be a future release. But once again, following the current patterns that we've got and based on their trends here, they're really uprooting 5Ds right now. They've been doing a lot with this. So I would fully expect some sort of new Blackwing stuff. And they also just made some really cool merch for the 5Ds pop-up shop that they've got going on for the celebration of how ancient 5Ds is at this point in time. So well, we'll see where this goes. Now, the great mystery of what's going on with rocks still remains at this point. We are within the week. We are 7 days off from this being dropped. We still have the mystery of the Adamancipator reprints, the Block Dragon reprint, the mysterious V-Jump Magnet Warrior promo that we saw pop in for this month. We don't know what is going on with rocks. We've theorized that it's going to be some sort of Adamancipator support, but they could just do what they just did with, the ritual stuff. The Demise. They could just print a generic archetype of rocks, or, some generic rock support that just bridges all of the rock goodness together. It is very much within that realm of possibility at the moment that we could be seeing something like this come to fruition. And I'm still stuck because I don't know. All right, we've seen every other potential thing getting crossed off this OTS pack list from Japan. There is one other mystery, which we'll talk about here in a second, but I don't know, guys. I can't tell you, do I think Block Dragon's coming back? Do I think that, we're going to see a return of something else? I do not know at this point because we're so close. We don't even have, as of filming this morning, we don't have a live stream announcement. I mean, that could change any hour here. I don't know, man. I really don't. The Paradox development was just the most recent thing that I saw, because Konami making that announcement literally like 15 hours ago is kind of crazy to me. That they're trying to, bring back this older media and trying to get people excited for it. And I mean, Rox is definitely in need of something. I mean, you can only do so much for Rox at this point, but we'll have to wait and see. Which brings us back to the other mystery, the BES and the Victory Viper and the Gradius thing. Now, I am so very interested in this because, honestly, have we ever really, besides maybe one card, have we ever really brought BES and Gradius together as a deck? Because that's never really been an option. And at this point in time, Boss Rush is just so far diluted and gone and kind of useless in the modern meta that you can't really... printing a single card or two wouldn't really bring it up to the niche speed. So, I don't know. This one caught my attention because we've been still seeing this mystery sitting out in front of us. Why did you reprint a BES card and, the Gradius card next to it in this tournament pack? Because there's almost always something that they tie into this. I don't know much about Gradius in terms of the actual game. I believe that there probably is much more lore to this than we've initially seen, but for the time being, I don't know, man. You would have to, if you really want to pull Boss Rush and Gradius together, you're going to have to print more than one card. And I don't know, at this point in time, it just feels worthless. Unless you print it as a completely standalone, separate concept away from what else we've got going for us. I feel like at that point, if we could print something that goes away from this archetype, then we could potentially do something. But once again, I don't know. It could be a hand trap. It could be something else. I don't know, man. A hand trap Gradius card being relevant in 2025, 2026 would be an insane concept to be seen. And then I want to discuss some of the other media. So we got things like the Pyramid of Light, bouncing back to, Cubics, for example. There are a lot of off of the wall things, and especially since Konami's digging up the graves right now of Assault Mode, and, they're hinting at possibly bringing something from the Malefic movie to the table. The question's been, could we see, the Sphinxes getting remade? And, seeing actual, Pyramid of Light stuff. I would personally love this. Unfortunately, Pyramid of Light never really got flushed out. It was just kind of dumped. I think the most relevant thing out of that pack was the Infernal Tempest, which still to this day plagues many, many people. And I am loving the concept that we could potentially see something coming back from this. Now, that all being said, there's been no indicators that they're doing anything with the Pyramid of Light movie or, re-airing any of the other older associated media. I assume that could be a much later thing, but for now, I would... This is just my personal wish list. The other things here have patterns to back them up, and we are seeing, in real time more developments for this, but we will have to wait and see. But I would love a Pyramid of Light return back. I think that the Sphinxes never really truly got their time to shine, and they're actually just kind of really bad cards at this stage. But what do you guys think about everything? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.